Isn't this interesting? The first time I'm doing Kill Team, because I don't think I've done a specific Kill Team video, but there is a reason to that. But then again, you probably read the thumbnail and title as I'm gonna set it up and etc. So, I might as well just go straight to the point. You know, I've already seen the video. Very interesting models and all that, but it's not gonna convince me to buy it. I keep saying, like, go 3D print, for fuck's sakes. Like, why even bother getting 40k models at this point? So, yeah, I've seen the models, seen the video of the models, and there's probably copyright music, so I can't play that. A text, I just skip it, because it's one of those things where it's just like, and now you see, in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, there's this scenario that these two are fighting. Will they stand the tide against the fucking Necron Lord? And, you know, that kind of shit. And, yeah, the Catan shot. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, nothing to complain about. I'm just like, oh, cool. That's neat. Now, I wonder how many pieces it is and how much you have to paint it. And most of the time, I think most people will use Slap Chop because that's all you need to do. It's quite of a simple character to play as. All right, so yeah, cool. How do I explain this? So you got head wrapped baby faces looking ass that have a little bit of a masculine figure because I think it's partly because of how I see with the nose. They make it way too wide, way too flat to the point that, you know, look, I'm just gonna say, I think it makes it more of a masculine figure, and there's also the chin structure as well. Just makes it very heavy and bulky. So now, then again, another thing that I notice is, okay, one of them looks like the baby angry, and the other one is the baby looking confused and or shocked what it's trying to say. Very unsister of you. Remember, kids, Warhammer's for everyone, unless you disagree with us. And also, we will represent and diversify anything that we want, bitch. I'm just saying, like, I'm not pulling this out of my ass just for nothing. I'm just saying there's a root cause of things, and there's the actions that they do it for a reason. Yeah, well, especially this one as well. Is it to be ma'am or not to be ma'am? Damn. So, masculine heads, very masculine heads. Chassis is reduced as usual. And she even has speakers on the background where it's on the staff, it's on the back of her head. And what the fuck is this? Like, Karen, like, a 5.0 edition for this model. But she has, like, a special ability called Karen wants to speak to the manager. So she has, like, 3 unique stuff on her weapon skill is devastating wounds, lethal hits, and then fucking sustain hits as well. So she can go and kill Gilliman directly. I want to speak to your manager, sir. And the manager just fucking falls down to the ground and dies in turn 1. You know, that's the fucking Karen right here. Absolute unit. Millions must buy. Alright, and then, the second one is just, horrible. Ugh, terrible. Derivative. Ah, fuck, I can't even say the word. Derivative. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Alright, and now this one. This one looks very similar to the Ecclesiarchy book that I've criticized before. And I think, there was even models of it. I think I did a video about that. Censor. Censor these nuts. But now I'm just gonna say this, guys. Let's think about this for a moment. If you take that hoodie with that face, place it on a Dark Angel's Terminator armor or Space Marine armor, it wouldn't look so different. I guarantee you, it wouldn't look so different, and you would have thought this is a dude. So let's just say this: you take this head or this head, and then just apply that into a like male model, you would have thought it was a male dude. Just because how the head is structured. These two don't even look that feminine. And look, to a certain extent, look, All I'm asking, man, as a dude, is some attractive women. Now, obviously, people, when they think of that, they just immediately think, oh, you're just a gooner, man. You just want big tatas and pretty faces, slim bodies, and feminine figures or whatever. And I'm like, I'm a dude. I like women. You cannot take away the preferences that I like on women. You cannot get that rid of me of what I like about women. So, there's that, but at the same time, I'm like, all I'm asking when it comes to these models, just make a bit of more attractive face. Doesn't it have to be super cutesy? Fucking hell. Like, people over-exaggerate when they hear words like that. But it has to be something like you can look at it and you're like, oh, okay, that's female. These do not. And I can guarantee you, there are some models in This Is the Battle where they made them decently well, or some of them were just like a little bit more feminine, and you look at that and you're like, yes. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But no, here is just, it's mayhem. Right? Just with the deepest voice in the West. Like, holy shit. Now, helmet-wise, yeah, if they just replace it with a helmet-wise, I think that's why most people just wants to put a helmet on them, because they know deep inside they're ugly as fuck, so just to save face, pun intended, they might as well just put a helmet on. But model-wise, it's not too bad. It very speaks like Sisters of Battle, nothing too overly like cluttered. It's just, okay, here's the model, here's the weapons they use, basic things. Excellent. But the heads, they're fucking ugly. I don't like it. Now, let's continue. Alright, Night Lords. Honestly, Kill Team with Night Lords, they do a nice job. Like, make them look fancy as possible, and it's amazing that most of them have tactical rocks. Like, even the smallest pieces as well. They have, like, the tactical rocks in the West. Armor-wise, not bad. Can't complain. This one has a bigger tactical rock. Can't complain. And also, as I said before, nothing too cluttered, right? Because remember, it's all about, like, what's the main focus? For this one, could be the helmet and the jump pack. This one could be just the weapon. This one could be just the saber and all that. You get what I mean. At least it's not distracting you too much, where it takes away, it just, like, takes away the value of the model. And I always compare it to the Angron model. Like, where's your eye meant to focus? Like, even this one. Yeah, fuck it. Might as well just use the head. It just says Zayom and all that shit. And then Tactical Rock. Tactical Rock. Yep. Nothing too much. Nothing to say. And what the fuck? So, you're telling me all these models have Tactical Rocks. And this one has Tactical Smoke. Oh my god. I really wonder what it's like to build that. There's going to be a couple pieces, and then somehow you have to, like, cram them together, and somehow this doesn't fall. I'm assuming there's a certain piece that you just hold it into the base, but my god, just imagine if it breaks, though. Like, I've seen fragile models, and sometimes they don't hold it very well. Like, what was it? There's a model that I had, like, when I started, like, 40k, like, years ago. I had, like, a little Necron model, but it scares the shit out of me just how fragile it is. It's just so thin and shit. Yeah, I think what was it? The starter set that I had was the Indominus box set that had the Primaris Intercessor and the Necron model, which gave you like a brush, some paints, and that's it. And I tried to make the Primaris. Actually, there were 3 Primaris Intercessors and then 1 Necron unit. I don't know why. I don't know why, man. But overall, my point is, this one looks a little bit fragile. Oh, it's got the Eye of Horus. Cool. Neat. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's got some terrain. The artwork. Now, when it comes to artworks, it's always been the same thing. Every fucking time. Clean as shit. It's like they're being factory new from CSGO and nothing really changed. Nothing ever happens, people. But every time I see stuff like this, I see it more of as, okay, I'm looking at a novel, not as a codex or a Warhammer 40k codex when you compare other editions in before that. Because remember, man, like, then again, I just think they've gotten lazy the last couple years. Like, you can clearly see that in 9th and 10th edition, more or less. 8th edition, you can kind of see what's going on. 8th, 9th edition, no. It's just, bruh. So, another thing I want to discuss is, like, yeah, I don't do too much with Kill Team and all that. I just want to bring up the fucking Sisters of Battle, because they evidently haven't changed at all for how long now. And I just want to say this, because some people, I might have mentioned this before, but I'll mention this again just in case. Kill Team is the marketing of 40k that is just so unnecessary, but it just went successful anyways. Kill Team was meant to bring up an idea to introduce you to 40k, so if you're done with Kill Team, then you can move to 40k and etc. That is not what exactly happened here in execution, and people who played Kill Team only played Kill Team. They didn't move on to play 40k, right? So it was meant to be like an entry level so people can learn the basic stuff and they can go for the more advanced shit in 40k. Yeah, that didn't happen. It's just an extension. It's an extensive branch that people can spend more money on for absolutely nothing. So that's why I used to tell people, like, don't play Kill Team. If you want to play 40k and you're thinking that Kill Team is just a good start, don't do that. Just have a 500 point army, run it, done. Easy. But at the same time, here's another thing, right? Let's just say for the sake of this page as well. These models, right? Let's just say if you have some autism or some shit, whatever it is. If you wanted to have these models and then move them to 40k, most of these models aren't like available. And if you want to bring them into a tournament, let's just say for a 40k tournament, for whatever reason, right? In a hobby tournament, doesn't care. A 40k tournament, these models wouldn't be allowed. Right? Because they're Kill Team models, not 40k models. Whatever fucking excuses they want to make in 40k. Wow, crazy. So, they're not transferable. You can just have them around and all that shit. So, that's my point. That's pretty much my point. It's just, it's a different branch. You can't really use them in other areas. So, why bother? So, that is why I'm just like, you know what? Just fucking 3D print them, man. Use them third party, and then just play with a mate privately, and just play like whatever edition you have, and that's it. That's pretty much it. You don't need to do anything crazy. But I hear like so much complaints about, you know, 3D printing, how people are like, oh, the resin and all that shit. Like that's the only thing that I hear majority of the time. It's either I can't find the models that I have. Well, not what I have is more of I can't find the models that I want, and they're all like this or that XYZ. And I'm just sitting here like, go to Fiverr, have a 3D artist make the models that you want, and then you can print them as much as you want. Wow, solved, done. All right, next. Resin. The dust, it will damage your lungs and all that shit. How do I say this? If you don't fuck things up and you take precautions, you won't have that problem. You wouldn't have it at all. So there you go, bum. Another solution done, right? Because in the end, it involves of you fucking up. But I have confidence that you don't. Shocker. Wow. Anyways, I'm moving off track where people were just complaining about certain things about 3D printing, and I'm just like, dude, there are solutions, but you're either too ignorant or too lazy to have it solved. Because I personally think 3D printing does a lot of things, and does a lot more than just printing models. Okay? So, I'm just gonna say this. It ain't bad, as long as you know what you're doing, just keep the basics, or, and there's another terminology called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Just keep it simple, default settings, nothing too complicated, and that's it. Anyways, but when it comes to these models, yeah. When it comes to the Sisters of Battle, they have not changed, man. GW has made them ugly as usual. And there's always this meme that I've seen years ago, and it's that, GW cannot even make, like, proper women. And that is true. They still cannot make them, man. They just can't make noble women. And I know there's going to be those people who try to strawman me to death, and they say, oh, you just want big tatas and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, cool, okay, when did I say that in the video? When did I even say that in this whole video? And I know you made that shit up, and I know you can't find it, right? Because it's like you're fighting ghosts, and I'm just sitting there just eating popcorn while you're trying to hit a fucking wall as you're trying to fight a ghost. That's what a straw man is. Anyways, I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I'll probably see you on the next one. Goodbye, my brothers, and take care. Rise up in